Hey, what is going on, guys? T-Sports 15 here, and today we have another episode of Pittsburgh Pirates Fantasy Draft Franchise here in MLB 13 to show. So you see that we finished up simulating the season. We did play, I think, a total of 5 games or so of the regular season. So we did win the division over the Chicago Cubs. I think we won it by 3 or 4 games. So we didn't have to play in the wild card game, and this is NLDS Game 1 against the San Francisco Giants. So if we can win this game, we could take a head start on the series. So for some reason, for the San Francisco Giants, they pitched a late inning reliever in Drew Storen. So he doesn't go that long, obviously. That's what you would expect. He doesn't go deep into the ball game because he is a back of the bullpen kind of guy, and he doesn't have that much stamina. So some glitch in the game. I guess somebody got injured and he just came in. So he is their starter, and our starter is Madison Bumgarner. So you can see the lineups for the Giants: Altuve, Eric Young Jr., Mauer, Zimmerman, Teixeira, Justin Upton, Shane Victorino, Rafael Furcal, and the pitcher Drew Storen. Now you can see our pitcher Madison Bumgarner. Obviously no stats because this is the first game of the playoffs. So pretty much how the playoffs are going to work is I play the first game from every series and elimination games. So once in this series, since it's only a 5-game series, once somebody gets, either team gets to once either team gets to 2 wins, then we play every game from there on. So we got the Pirates lineups here, pretty much the same. We got Carl Crawford in left. Bryce Harper's back off the DL. He's gonna bat in the 4 spot, and we put not Bryce Harper. We put Brett Lawrie in the 2 spots because he's really good in that 2 spot. Got some speed, got some pop, and I think he can handle a bat well enough to bat in that 2 spot. So you can see Drew Storen, the pitcher for the Giants. So we move to the bottom of the first, 1-2 counts with 1 out to Brett Lawrie. He's gonna take a fastball middle in to the seats in left field, just fair, inside the left field foul pole, and that will give us an early lead. So in the top half of the first, nothing happened for them. We have a 3-up, 3-down inning, so I didn't include anything, just pretty much because there were 3 straight groundouts. So Brett Lawrie gives us the lead here in the bottom half of the first, and it'll give us the lead here sorry, what am I talking about? Sorry. So yeah, that'll do it for the bottom of the first and the first inning in total. And by the way, this is quite a long gameplay. It is about 15 minutes, just because we had to do that whole intro thing because it is the first game of the playoffs. So we're not gonna have that for every single game. It will be a little bit shorter. So the episodes will be about the same length, like 13 minutes. 10 to 13 minutes is what I like to make it usually. This is about 15 minutes. So you can see Ryan Zimmerman starts off the top of the second with a double to the right center field gap, and now with him on second base, Justin Upton is going to drive this ball into right field past the second baseman, and that will be a base hit, but we hold the runner at third. So we have runners on the corners and a ground ball to third base. We can almost turn 2, but he's just safe at first, and they score their first run of the game and they tie it up. So to the bottom of the second, we got Paul Goldschmidt up, and this is where Drew Storen got into some pitch troubles. I knew he was a back of the bullpen kind of guy, so I really started taking pitches here in the bottom of the second. Now we have 2 outs, 3-2 count to Danny Espinosa, and he is going to walk as well. And we got into a lot of 3-2 counts here, so he's racking up the pitch count. So now up is Madison Bumgarner with runners on first and second. He's going to get a base hit, so the pitcher getting some hits here, and that will score 1 run to give us the 2-1 lead. And we have runners on the corners, and Bruce Bochy is going to, sorry, not Bruce Bochy, their pitching coach is going to come out for a mound visit. So Carl Crawford up with the runners on the corners, and he's going to take that sinker up top for ball 4. So since he's getting really tired, you can see his energy is very low. He is starting to miss his location. Brett Laurie trying to make him pay, but he will strike out on a pitch in the dirt. The catcher could have just touched the plate for the third of the inning, but he threw it on to first, and nothing happened. So we head to the top of the third. We're going to get a strikeout of Drew Storen, which is kind of peculiar that they actually gave him the at-bats, because he's going to come out of the game pretty soon. But he is still in the game here to face Andrew McCutchen, and McCutchen is going to ground out to third base, but the throw pulls Teixeira off the bag, and he will get into first base on that error. So runner on first base now for Bryce Harper, and he's going to get a base hit into left field. So a little slap hit there by Bryce Harper. He's batting in the 4 spot. We really don't have a true 4-spot hitter other than Goldschmidt. He has some pretty big pop, but I decided to give the nod to Bryce Harper in this game. So Goldschmidt up with the runners on first and second and none out, and he's going to ground out into the 4-6-3 double play. And nothing would come of that inning after that double play. So to the top of the fourth with a runner on second. We did ground ball back to the pitcher. I threw it to third. And if we had a little bit of a harder throw, we probably would have had him. But Bumgarner looped it over there. So now they have runners on first and third. And a base hit there over the head of Bryce Harper. And that will tie the ball game up at 2 apiece once again. And they would have runners on first and second with none out. So Upton up next. Hard hit ball to second base. And with a flip and a turn, we will have 2 outs and runner on third after that 4-6-3 double play. So with the runner on third now, and the next batter, Shane Victorino, is going to strike out on a high fastball up in the zone, and that will do it for that inning. And Rich Thompson is going to come in for the fourth. So Drew Storen only went 3 innings. He didn't really have a bad outing. He only gave up 2 runs. It's just that he didn't really... he just doesn't have enough stamina to go full game. So Altuve up in the 5th, I believe, and he's going to get a bunted base hit there down the third base line. So now with 2 outs and Justin Upton up, he's going to get picked off by Madison Bumgarner to end the inning. So he gets his self on base, and then he gets himself picked off. So we're headed to the bottom of the 5th now with the score of 2-2. We still only have 3 hits, but Carl Crawford is going to try and get us our 4th, and indeed he does, into right field. And now we have a runner on first base, and Carl Crawford is definitely a steal threat with that 98 speed. Brett Laurie fakes the bunt to get him up to second base, just a little bit of an extra distraction for the catcher, and we do have a runner on second base now, and this will drive him in. That Brett Laurie double down the left field line will score Carl Crawford easily. He's going to get into second, head first slide with no tag. So now that we have something going here, we can score another run here with the runner on third now, and Paul Goldschmidt up. He's going to pop out to the infield. Zimmerman's going to catch that ball, and that will do it for the 5th. So to the top of the 6th, Madison Bumgarner still pitching. 2-0 counts to the next batter, and he's going to get a base hit into left field. So now they have a runner on first base, and we're trying to pitch our way to this jam. It's not really a big jam, but Zimmerman up next. 0-2 count to him, and he's going to drive this ball to the wall in right field, and that will be his 2nd double of the day, and that will give them runners on second and third with only 1 out. For the next batter, who is Teixeira, with a 1-1 count, he's going to ground out to shortstop. The infield was playing back, and the run does come across as we had to go across the diamond there with the shortstop. But with the runner on second now, a base hit into right field, and Bryce Harper showing off the gun throws out Zimmerman at the plate, and that will do it for that inning. So Jared Hughes comes in for the 3rd pitcher of the day for the San Francisco Giants, and he's going to try and shut down these Pirates in this 3-3 ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. So Danny Espinosa, the 3rd batter he faces, and he's going to get hit by pitch there. So probably nothing happening there, nothing bad with the 0-2 count. And now we have a runner on first base, and he's going to get picked off. He gets into a run down here, and I think it was only one more throw. Yeah, right here he gets tagged out by Altuve, and that will do it for the 6th. So you can see the stat line so far. The Giants have 3 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, and we have 3 runs on 5 hits and no errors. Maurer is 1 for 3, Laurie is 2 for 3, and Bumgarner has pitched 6+ innings. So to this 7th we go, and we are going to have a double switch because we had the 9 spot coming up in the next inning. So they bring in Bruce Rondon in the 8 spot, which is Danny Espinosa's spot. So he comes out of the game, and we bring in what's his name? Sorry, I can't even remember his name. But he comes. I can't even. Frig, I can't even remember his name. But he's gonna come in and play second base. And he is Drew something. I can't even remember. Sorry, guys. That is terrible on my part. But Melotakis comes in for the bottom of the 7th, and the second batter he faces is Carl Crawford. Nearly gets a base hit, but Teixeira absolutely robs him of the hit. And I just remember the guy's name, Steven Drew. My bad. Terrible on my part. So he came in the 9th spot. He got out in the 9th, but right here a drive to the fence, and gets tracked down there by Justin Upton, the left fielder. So Neftali Feliz is going to come in for the 8th with a 2-0 count to Altuve, and he's going to get a little chopper back to the mound, and that will do it. Well, that would be the first out, but nothing really happened in that inning. So nothing happened in the bottom of the 8th either, so Mariano Rivera is going to come in for the top of the 9th. 0-2 count to Ryan Zimmerman, and he's going to smoke this ball into the right center field gap. He's had 3 doubles so far this day, including that one, and that will be the 3rd one because he has had 3 doubles to the same spot. So Everett Cabrera comes off the bench. He has a lot more speed than Ryan Zimmerman, and Justin Upton here is going to drive him in with a double himself to the same spot, and our right fielder Bryce Harper is going to pick that one up and hold him to a double, so they still have a chance to put some more runs on the board here. Mariano Rivera is not having such a good day, so 1-2 count to the next batter, Shane Victorino. He's going to go down swinging on the cutter, and they would have 2 outs here. They would need a clutch hit from the next batter. 1-2 count, and we would get him to softly ground out to the pitcher, throw on to first, and that would be the 3rd out of the inning. So we really need to put something on the board here, but one of the best closers in the game, Craig Kimbrell, is going to come in to finish it off for the San Francisco Giants, and we need some clutch hitting here. So first batter up is Yasmani Grandal, and he's going to get a nice hit here into left field, but Upton comes on and makes the catch there for the first out of the inning. So now Will Myers comes up with the pitcher spot coming up, and we have 2 outs now, and it's nice to have a bat like him off the bench. So now he is batting with 2 outs, and one of the better pitchers in the game, Craig Kimbrell, and he is going to take the first pitch of the at-bat into left field for a base hit. So we have some pretty good speed on bases, but we'd like to improve that. Rajai Davis comes off the bench, one of the fastest players in the game, and he's going to be pinch running at first base. So with a 2-0 count, he is going to take off from first. A little bit of a risky move, but he does just barely get in there. Didn't have such a good jump. So we have a runner on second base, and a base hit will most definitely score the run. So next up, with a 2-1 count, he is going to pop out to the pitcher, and that will do it for this ball game, guys. We do go on to lose it 4-3. The loss goes to Mariano Rivera. The win goes to Mason Melotakis. And that will pretty much do it for this game. The player of the game will be coming up in just a second right here. The player of the game was Ryan Zimmerman with those 3 doubles. He had a career day here in the first game of these playoffs. So hopefully we can turn it around in the next episode. We're going to be playing the next elimination game, and I'll show the simulation for what happened in the other games. So Zimmer gets the player of the game, and that is pretty much it for this video, guys. If you want to stick around for the box scores and the highlights from Ryan Zimmerman, you can, but that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and that is it for this video, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Lions and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB 13, the show. To find out more, head to theshownation.com. The Giants are victorious here, 4-3. So long from Pittsburgh.